Welcome to Hero Villains. Who do you think would win between Wolverine versus Spider-Man? A clash between wild instinct and the hero of the city. Wolverine, whose real name is Logan, is a mutant with a long history filled with pain and war. His body possesses a nearly limitless healing factor that allows him to recover from injuries in a short time. His skeleton is coated with the nearly indestructible metal adamantium, along with 3 razor-sharp claws capable of cutting through most materials. Combined with heightened senses and centuries of combat experience, Wolverine is a terrifying warrior in close combat. Spider-Man, whose real name is Peter Parker, is a young hero but possesses an extremely versatile set of abilities. After being bitten by a genetically altered spider, Peter gained superhuman strength, speed, superior reflexes, and the ability to cling to any surface. His most unique ability is the spider sense, a form of danger warning that allows him to react before an attack even occurs. In addition, his genius-level intellect allows Spider-Man to create his own web shooters and many support devices. Before we dive deeper into the analysis, please press the subscribe button and remember to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thank you all very much. In the world of superheroes, both Wolverine and Spider-Man possess achievements that leave audiences amazed. For Wolverine, his physical abilities far exceed the limits of ordinary humans. He can deadlift more than 2 tons, strong enough to hold a falling elevator with 2 people inside. Not only that, Wolverine once lifted 6 thugs and threw them through a concrete wall as if they were nothing more than light sandbags. In an extremely rare moment, he even swung the 3-ton body of Dragon Man using the opponent's own tail, a scene that was both violent and astonishing. Feats such as punching through concrete, tearing apart metal doors, and defeating rivals of equal standing like Sabretooth or Lady Deathstrike show that Wolverine is an incredibly formidable warrior. However, with Spider-Man, the scale of strength moves to another level. Spider-Man is famous for lifting hundreds or even thousands of tons in critical moments. The most iconic moment is when he strained to lift a massive section of the Daily Bugle building, weighing more than 60,000 tons. That was not only pure strength, but also the will to never give up. When Spider-Man fights without holding back, his strength becomes frightening. His punches carry enough force to knock out a Tyrannosaurus Rex, stagger the Hulk, and even break the jaw of Rhino, a character famous for trading direct punches with the Hulk. In the case of Wolverine, this concept becomes even more unique. He does not always possess the greatest raw striking power, but the way his strength combines with his natural weapons creates an extremely dangerous form of power. Spider-Man clearly has the advantage in physical strength. His punches can stagger gigantic opponents and force even highly durable enemies to retreat. However, Wolverine possesses something Spider-Man does not. His claws are forged from nearly perfectly sharp adamantium. When combined with his muscle strength and ferocious combat instincts, every swing of his arm can create cuts deep enough to pierce defenses that seem impossible to break. In reality, those claws have injured beings with incredible durability such as Thor, Hulk, and even Thanos. This makes Wolverine's fighting style especially dangerous. Spider-Man may deliver the stronger punch and make an opponent stagger, but one precise slash from Wolverine could end the battle in an instant. All it takes is a small opening, a vital point exposed in the chaos of combat, and Wolverine will charge forward like a wild storm. The cold flash of metal cuts through the air, and in that brief moment, the entire battle could turn around. His power does not lie in display, but in the ability to inflict lethal wounds with a single decisive strike. When it comes to speed and reflexes, both Wolverine and Spider-Man have demonstrated impressive feats. Wolverine possesses speed and reflexes far beyond human limits. He can dodge incoming gunfire and even run at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour. That alone is enough to place him among warriors with extraordinary physical ability. In chaotic battles, Wolverine often moves like a violent whirlwind, charging directly at his enemies with the determination of a predator that never backs down. However, with Spider-Man, the standard of speed rises to an entirely different level. Spider-Man has avoided attacks, moving close to the speed of light at extremely close range, a feat that is nearly unimaginable for most heroes. He has also repeatedly reacted in time to strikes from some of the fastest fastest warriors. One key factor that allows Spider-Man to achieve this is his famous spider sense. This special ability acts like a warning that triggers before danger actually happens, allowing him to move even before his opponent finishes an attack. That sense, combined with his superhuman reflexes, turns Spider-Man into a red and blue blur across the battlefield. So fast that many enemies only realize his presence after he has already moved. The durability of Spider-Man and Wolverine in battle becomes quite complicated. Each of them demonstrates a very different kind of resilience. Spider-Man is famous for his incredible ability to withstand punishment. He has faced and survived devastating blows from opponents whose strength far surpasses that of ordinary humans. Characters like Namor or Hulk can unleash attacks powerful enough to crush steel, yet Spider-Man has repeatedly stood back up after such impacts. The flexibility of his body along with his unbreakable will allows him to continue fighting even after suffering severe injuries. However, Wolverine possesses an entirely different form of defense. His skeleton is coated with adamantium, making Logan's body structure almost impossible to break. This legendary metal layer protects vital organs from most physical impacts, turning him into a warrior who can charge into battle without fear of his bones being crushed. In many situations, injuries that would cause others to collapse only slow Wolverine down for a brief moment. Therefore, while Spider-Man can deliver punches strong enough to knock Wolverine down or temporarily disable him, Logan also suffers far less internal damage thanks to his nearly indestructible adamantium framework. One has an extraordinary ability to endure brutal attacks from incredibly powerful opponents, while the other possesses a form of protection that makes his body almost impossible to destroy. Looking at everything, these are two different styles of endurance. Two paths leading to the same result. If someone wants to lean the balance toward one side, it is completely understandable. But overall, this is a contest where the durability of both is nearly equal. I truly hope you will subscribe to the channel. That would help us a lot, and you are the most wonderful person. Thank you very much. When it comes to stamina in combat, Spider-Man has proven that he almost never gets tired. Thanks to an extremely efficient metabolism, Spider-Man can fight continuously for many hours without any noticeable decline in speed or strength. While many opponents have already begun to lose their breath, he continues to move smoothly across the battlefield, delivering quick counterattacks as if his energy has not diminished at all. However, Wolverine operates on another level. Thanks to his famous healing factor, Logan's body constantly purges fatigue causing substances. This allows him to fight not only for hours but for several consecutive days. In extreme situations, Wolverine has even continued fighting for weeks with almost no sign of exhaustion, as long as his body does not suffer overly severe damage. A relentless warrior stepping out of the smoke and dust of the battlefield, wounds already closing, eyes still cold and ready to continue the fight, always creates a terrifying impression for any opponent. In terms of agility, Wolverine is also far from inferior. Despite his solid build and heavy skeleton, his reflexes reach an astonishing level and are often compared to those of Captain America. Logan can leap dozens of feet into the air without needing a running start, react to sudden attacks, and perform complex aerial maneuvers in midair. Yet Spider-Man takes things to an even more spectacular level. Spider-Man moves so quickly that the human eye sometimes struggles to follow him. He runs straight up walls as if gravity does not exist, launches himself across towering buildings, fights upside down in midair, and performs countless daring maneuvers. He resembles a dancer gliding across the city skyline, moving with such fluid precision that even experienced warriors can only watch as Spider-Man effortlessly slips past them with perfect movement. When it comes to experience and combat skill between two standout characters like Spider-Man and Wolverine, the difference in experience becomes clear. Spider-Man is an extremely talented fighter with a unique combat style. He has developed his own system known as the Way of the Spider, refined under the guidance of Shang-Chi. This style maximizes speed, agility, and the spider sense, allowing Spider-Man to move like the wind across the battlefield. Over the years, he has defeated countless dangerous enemies, from street criminals to opponents possessing overwhelming power. Each battle adds to his experience, turning Spider-Man into a clever and unpredictable warrior. However, with Wolverine, the scale becomes completely different. Logan has lived and fought for more than a century. During that long time, he has been a soldier, a secret agent, a spy, an assassin, a shinobi, a samurai, and even a mercenary. Wolverine's life has been an almost continuous cycle of war, training, and survival. Through hundreds of years of harsh experience, he has mastered nearly every martial art and combat style on Earth. Logan is especially famous for his ability to exploit pressure points, making every attack precise and ruthless. After countless battles across more than a century, he has faced every kind of enemy from all over the world. That long history gives Wolverine a significant advantage in experience and combat skill whenever he enters a confrontation. After more than a century of existence and battle, Wolverine has accumulated an astonishing amount of knowledge. Logan's long life has taken him through countless battlefields where he has encountered and learned from many kinds of opponents, from veteran warriors on Earth to forces from beyond the planet. He speaks more than a dozen languages and is skilled in many different fields, making Logan one of the most seasoned and experienced members of the X-Men. However, Spider-Man stands at an entirely different level when it comes to intellect. Peter Parker has long been considered one of the most brilliant minds on the planet. His intelligence has been compared to the young version of Reed Richards. The inventions and ideas of Spider-Man have impressed the technology genius Tony Stark. Even the renowned scientist Hank Pym has admitted that Peter possesses an exceptional intellect. Interestingly, Reed Richards himself, the man often called Mr. Fantastic, has also expressed admiration for Spider-Man's knowledge of biology. A young college student standing among the greatest geniuses in the world, yet still able to capture their attention with his bold ideas. Beyond physical strength, Wolverine possesses an extremely formidable set of skills. His claws and nearly indestructible adamantium skeleton have turned him into a nightmare in close combat. Logan's senses are also greatly enhanced, allowing him to see clearly in darkness, detect scents from long distances, and track targets like a true predator. However, when looking at the overall range of special abilities, Spider-Man demonstrates a slightly more diverse toolkit. At the center of everything is the spider sense. This ability functions like an almost perfect danger warning system, allowing him to sense most incoming attacks before they happen. Spider-Man also possesses incredibly strong webbing that can restrain even superhuman opponents. His body combines animal-like flexibility with a strange adhesive ability, allowing him to climb walls, hang upside down, and maintain perfect balance on even the narrowest surfaces. When all of these elements come together, Spider-Man is not only faster, stronger, and smarter in many situations, but he also has the perfect means to avoid Wolverine's dangerous adamantium claws. His webbing is strong enough to hold Logan in place for a short time. It is true that Spider-Man usually tries to restrain his strength. He rarely unleashes the full force of his attacks in ordinary battles. But if pushed into a life or death situation where hesitation is no longer possible, all of his creativity and hidden power would erupt. And that creativity is the key. Because to overcome Wolverine's nearly endless healing ability, Spider-Man would need to fight not only with strength, but also with intelligence and his boldest ideas. Spider-Man could attempt to fill Logan's lungs with liquid webbing, completely cutting off his air supply and causing him to die from suffocation. To be clear, his impressive healing factor cannot create or generate the oxygen that his brain needs to function, which of course controls the rest of his body. Spider-Man also has the ability to hold him underwater long enough to drown him. Peter is not only significantly stronger than Logan, but Logan's adamantium skeleton would also make it harder for him to swim away. Spider-Man also has the ability to use one of more than a dozen different inventions to neutralize Wolverine's healing factor, such as a genetic dampener that can reduce mutant powers or self-replicating nanites that he once used to weaken the Green Goblin. He has even created a device capable of removing an opponent's sixth sense, something that seems comparable to his own spider sense. Furthermore, he could synthesize carbonadium, a radioactive metal that interferes with a target's healing ability, and use it offensively as a bullet or as a form of restraint. Or perhaps he could take a more traditional approach and create one of the mutant suppressor collars that would turn Logan into an ordinary man who would then die from the adamantium in his own body. He also has access to something called anti-metal spider tracers that can destroy all metals by altering their structure and atomizing them, along with freezing technology capable of freezing organic materials. The latter has even been used to freeze Captain America. Hulk once stated that powerful blows to Wolverine's head could potentially cause permanent damage to his brain as it repeatedly strikes against his indestructible skull. Spider-Man is strong enough to knock out a Tyrannosaurus Rex and even stagger the Hulk, so this might be possible if enough attacks land, but honestly, this is difficult to believe considering the level of punishment Wolverine has endured over the years. I hope you enjoyed this battle. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. Follow me if you like. That is today's video. Thank you very much.